Thank you for browsing page 121. Today we're going to jump into the Monster Manual number 2 from 1983, and we're going to look at a pretty interesting encounter, and one that can cause problems, and I've used it a couple of times. It's the Memory Moss, the Obliviax Memory Moss. Number appearing 2 to 12, armor class 10, 1 to 2 hit points each, and then MR standard, attacks are C below, defense C below, neutral evil, which I loved, average intelligence. The evil black moss has the magical ability to steal memories from others. When an intelligent creature is within 60 feet, it must save versus spells, so the moss will steal all the creature's memories for the last 24 hours, including memorized spells. It can try to steal from one creature per round until it succeeds, and then it will not attack again for 24 hours. If an Obliviax with stolen memories is attacked, it will, in one round, form a part of itself into a tiny moss impersonation of the creature whose memories it stole. The mossling remains attached to the parent moss and can defend itself only by casting any stolen spells. The only way to regain stolen memories is to eat the living Obliviax. This takes one round. If a save versus poison is made, the eater will regain all the stolen memories, including spells. If the save fails, the eater will become very ill for 3 to 18 turns. It is possible to gain another's memories by eating the moss. Anyone who gains spells by eating the Obliviax can cast them. The memory gain this way fades within 24 hours. It doesn't seem like too much until you start thinking about it a little bit and you go, hey, wait a minute. Okay, so your players are in a dungeon and they've just discovered some deep secret that's going to change the whole campaign. And then they encounter a colony of Obliviax. Keep in mind, there's 2 to 12 of these things appearing. So if you have a party of 5 and I roll 10, then essentially everybody's got to make 2 saves or lose the last 24 hours worth of memories. Save versus spell or lose the 24 hours worth of memory. If that happened to the entire party, then all the stuff they learned is gone. I've never used it that way, but it is one way I've toyed with. What I have used it for is just a general encounter where I wanted to kind of stuff my MUs or my clerics. I allow this to work on cleric or druid spells as well, even though they're not memorized per se. They are given into memory by their divine power. So at my table, an Obliviax can absolutely steal the divine spells, either the cleric or the druid. When I know a memory moss is going to be encountered, what I'll do is have the players come into the area, but I'll have made some notes as to what spells they might have gotten back from a night's rest or something like that, and what are uncast. And then when they encounter the Obliviax, if they have failed their saving throw, then those are the spells that the Obliviax gets. So it's entirely possible for him to get a fireball or a lightning bolt or something like that. And a little mini memory moss, the little mini Obliviax, can go ahead and cast that fireball at the party to use against them. As far as the power to eat the Obliviax and gain memories that somebody else had, that's a deceptively strong thing. I had a gadfly at that old club I used to belong to back in the 80s, so this would have been after this book came out, so sometime in 83 or 84. This player would always try to find ways to gain the edge on the other players and always have a leg up and that kind of stuff. Well, I put in some memory moss, and this player had recognized what it was, and it was out of game knowledge, but I didn't really lean on it too much. What he did, as soon as the little tiny person made itself out of the moss, he grabbed it and ate it. And he was a fighter. He had not lost any memories to it, but one of the MUs did. So he grabbed it and ate it, and he got the MU spellcasting powers for 24 hours. And I even ruled that he didn't need spell components for that. It's not addressed here, but I said he didn't need the spell components because the magic of eating the Obliviax is what gave him the ability to cast the spells. Not only did he gain those spells, the magic user who had failed his saving throw and lost the spells didn't have them accessible for the rest of the day and had to relearn them in order to cast them again down the line. So it became a real problem, and I remember the magic user who was going to eat the moss being really upset that this guy grabbed it and ate it, but the magic user, when he lost his memories, told me specifically he had moved away from the moss, and I said, okay, and the fighter had been there ready to fight it, and when he realized what it was, he snatched it up and he ate it. And I ruled at the table that all was allowable. That was fine. He had to make the saving throw versus poison, which he did. And then he gained those spells and he had them in the memory for 24 hours. So this is a great little trap to put in your dungeon, or if you have some wizard's lair or something like that, maybe there's a back entrance nobody uses. that's got a bunch of memory moss waiting in there. Various slimes, mold, mosses, mushrooms, those kind of things can be tremendous guardians slash resource wasters for your player characters going into the big bad evil guy's secret lair. So I enjoyed this item. I enjoyed this monster. I thought it brought a lot to the table. I still use it now and again, but my players are pretty leery of me with any kind of mold or moss. They know they're not usually good things, so they will proceed with caution, and that takes away a little bit of my fun, but not entirely. But that's all I've got today on page 121. I want to thank you for your time. Thanks for watching. Please like and subscribe if you enjoyed the video. If you tell your friends, have them join up. I'm still growing the channel. Also, take a look at the Patreon, see if there's anything you can do to help me out there. I'm still trying to grow the channel that way too. But that's all I've got for today on page 121. I thank you for your time, and I'll see you next time.